We're no strangers to a property conundrum.
I hate this house. It just doesn't work.
We're on the verge of divorce, aren't we?
No.
Across Britain, many of us are living in properties not built for the challenges of modern life.
But now, more than ever, we need our homes to work hard for us.
The kitchen is useless.
It's lots of small rooms and we're always separate.
Yes, our homes need to be more than just the place we live in.
They're where we work, play, socialise, and even exercise.
I want a nice hub so you can talk, eat, chat, homework in one area.
So we're looking back at our most brilliant builds. Bramers, a table and one chair.
Where I helped couples tackle renovations of all shapes and sizes.
To show homeowners across the UK and you how to make the most of the space you have. Oh,
Look at that.
that's not what I was expecting.
All in the name of resolving that famous dilemma.
Are you going to love it?
Or list it. Yes, when it comes to renovations, we always have a solution.
We?
I like to lend a hand now and again.
Today, it's all about working from home, as we look back at two families who struggled to combine work and play under one roof.
Why are you so obsessed with staying here?
With homes that weren't up to the job.
I am done with feeling miserable in my own home.
I'm just not totally convinced that that kitchen gives me the space that I want or dreamed of.
But we pulled out all the stops to create two unique homes fit for business and pleasure.
Look at that.
And now we find out what happened next.
And I get a phone call from Amber and she says, I've got it, I've got the answer. I've found a plot of land.
Looking back, working from home, I think, was quite rare and a bit of a treat.
Yeah. Do you remember we used to have some people who'd come to us and say, I'm going to work from home, I must have the world's best Wi-Fi and this and that. And they were the rare ones.
Yes.
Now it is much more common, much more common and likely to remain so.
Certainly.
So what would you say was the key advice for a home office?
If you're going to be working from home on a permanent basis, you need to have it set up properly. You need to have a nice view, you need to have natural light, you need to be comfortable.
So I think you need light, and I think you need background, and I think you need dedicated storage, and I think you need speed. And what I mean by that is when your working day finishes, when the kids come home from school, you have to be able to easily transition back and put work away. Because one of the problems about working from home is you can really have a merging of work and home, which isn't healthy. So I think creating something where you can just shut it.
Well, some would say that that was what the Taylor-Myers family needed when we met them back in 2018. With Nikki and Andy both working from home, their Northamptonshire terrace was at breaking point. For the past 10 years, this 3-bed house has been home to property services manager Andy Myers and his daughters, Amelia and Maddie, who live with him for part of the week. But since new wife Nikki Taylor moved in and brought the contents of her house with her, living space has become, well, storage space.
Yes, over the course of the 2.5 years they've lived here, Nikki has added more and more of the props and costumes she uses as a drama and support teacher into the mix.
Perhaps Andy and I should have had more of a clear out at the beginning.
And Nikki's need for a workplace is not the only issue.
You're in the way. The kitchen is useless. We don't eat together, we eat separately, we can't cook together, we can't entertain.
It's certainly a recipe for dysfunction, and Nikki's had enough.
I want to list it.
No, gotta be love it. All the way. Can't see any point in moving.
Why are you so obsessed with staying here?
Because it's a nice place to live. And just the house itself needs some work. She hasn't got the creative eye to see how we can improve it.
Oh, you can't say that.
I just did.
Remind us, how long ago was the wedding?
We were married a month and we had musical names for all the tables, and our table was Les Mis.
Of course.
Which seemed appropriate.
What would our musical be, Phil? La La Land?
Nah, more like The King and I.
Doesn't look very big, does it?
No, but it looks like they've had brand new windows.
Good morning. Hello.
Hello, I'm Nikki.
Nikki, I'm Phil.
Nice to meet you.
Very nice to
Pleased
meet
to
you.
meet you.
Hi.
Would you like to come in?
Love
We'd
to.
love to.
Okay, after you. Go on.
Thank you.
Straight through the door, and I can see the floor space here is limited. Just over 900 square feet. They clearly need a bigger house.
You're right, Phil, but with 3 downstairs rooms and a garden that's well over 100 feet, there's already plenty of space to work with.
Just quite a busy house.
Yes.
Quite a full house, I sense.
Yes. Nikki's organisation with her work, with her stuff, it can be a bit erratic. So we've found that a lot of space is just taken up with boxes and bags.
Oh, sorry,
Books.
erratic.
Yeah, because, you just need to get a bit more organised.
I am organised. I just don't have the space in which to be organised. We both work from home, which is difficult. I want a me space as well.
What I would say is you can't sell it like this. So either way, there are issues that need addressing.
Yeah.
Yes. I just think there is the space and the capacity to extend it to make it work.
But your new wife wants to move.
She does.
Okay.
Interesting dilemma you had.
That calls for an interesting solution. And I have a budget of 60 grand to fix the problem here and convince Nikki to stay. I admit they need more space, but an extension might not be the only answer. There is room here. It's just filled with clutter. Clutter and more clutter.
It's such a narrow house. Bolting on the back almost won't solve the problem.
No,
You just get extra square footage,
No.
but it still wouldn't be very workable. I'm surprised they've lived as long as they have with this kitchen. It's just not workable for a family at all. It's scarcely a kitchen.
And you have to go down a corridor to get to the other half of it.
So this was the kitchen. The fridge is in here.
That's the freezer. That's the freezer.
That's the dishwasher. But imagine how complicated it would be living with... They're trying to live between these 2 rooms.
The layout is problematic, but it's typical of the Victorian era in which this house was constructed. Extending to the back is a common solution to create floor space in this style of house. But it's likely you will need planning permission to do so, especially if you extend more than 3 metres from the exterior wall. You can expect this type of renovation to take 12 to 16 weeks to complete and cost you upwards of 25 grand, depending on the ambition of your plan. But for Andy and Nikki, as well as making space for a bigger kitchen, they need to prioritise the space that Nikki needs to work from home.
That sums up this family's dilemma. That is one great big wall and one tiny little piddling shelf.
And everything's stored on the floor.
And everything stored on the floor.
But I have a feeling it'll take more than a few shelves to fix this one.
Oh, that's not going anywhere.
Making this house work for Nikki is going to be tricky.
Oh, a simple one.
I admit it's a huge challenge to find ways to fit everyone's belongings into a compact space.
It needs a comprehensive storage plan. Try as I might, without an extension, this kitchen is not going to become a big sociable family kitchen. It's just too small.
It's just 120 square feet, not an ideal space for a busy family kitchen. But with a budget of 60 grand, I think I have come up with a great plan. I just need to get Nikki on board.
My feeling is that this will work.
Oh, my.
Wow.
Wow, that is it, yeah.
It's very different from what I expected.
Yes.
My plan involves extending at the back of the house, creating a lovely sociable dining area leading into a new stylish kitchen. It would give them a fantastic 110 square feet of extra space for cooking, eating and entertaining. Everything that Nikki's desperate for. The useless utility room would be revolutionised and turned into a cosy study for Nikki and a storeroom for her teaching resources. Finally, a purpose-built laundry area would be created in a smart lean-to at the side of the house, where the plumbing already exists. All in all, a spacious contemporary layout, perfectly suited for modern family life. The days of living in between cramped, poky rooms will be long gone.
I think that definitely makes sense. We've got to convince you about how you think that's going to work.
It's food for thought.
Food for thought.
Yeah, I'm just not totally convinced that that kitchen gives me the space that I want or dreamed of. Sorry.
No, don't apologise, Nikki. There's no need to apologise. It's not going to be any wider. You know, it is quite a narrow space.
True, by the time I suppose by the time you've done the bathroom,
which was my problem. It's a narrow space.
But extending to the side is fraught with extra problems and expense.
It's only when it's done.
Yeah.
The proof will be in the pudding. In that particular chat, I wanted them to spend less money and go for the smaller kitchen.
Yeah.
What I am sceptical about sometimes is that there is a fashion within kitchen design to go big without actually getting that much more
I know what you mean.
useful space. If someone's going to go bigger with their kitchen, they have to make their life easier. Sometimes going bigger can incur additional expense, which it did in that case, because once you'd gone to a certain point, you had to move the drains, you had to get the next door neighbours involved, you had to get the council involved, you were going beyond permitted development, etc., etc.
I mean, that's what they wanted to do, but they could have achieved an awful lot, as can other people, under rights of permitted development, with never having to go to planning permission.
No.
And that's been eased a lot over the last few years.
Yeah, and it will get easier, I think.
Yeah, which is great.
Back in 2018, we met another couple of home workers in desperate need of help. In Waterbeach, Cambridgeshire, Martin and Amber Bramer had run out of ideas to fix the problems in their 3-bed house that doubled up as the business HQ for personal trainer Amber. With Amber running a private gym from the garage, the problems with the house extended far beyond the living space.
If clients are coming to the house, they currently come in through the hallway, through the kitchen, through the garage, minding a couple of steps and a box of recycling and ignoring the mess, and then into the gym.
Not a very scenic tour of the house.
Not a scenic tour of the house.
But beware, there's something far scarier than a cluttered garage lurking here.
I've got a room in the house that has, at the moment, 35 tarantulas in it, plus a few true spiders, plus about 300 baby spiders.
I thought we were on about 10.
Busted. Whilst this maze of a house is clearly bugging Amber, for ecologist Martin, the size of it allows him to practice his hobby and passion, spiders. He also loves life in Waterbeach.
Waterbeach is really nice. It's a great place to live. I'm determined to stay. The location is such a major part of why I love it here.
With Amber set on moving, it's up to Phil and I to get to the bottom of this dilemma. First things first.
What do you think is right about this house?
I love the fact that there is space for our hobbies. It just needs to be rejigged, I think. I like the location. You know, we've got a lot of friends locally. When we entertain, they're not far away.
How far do you go to get to work?
Oh, 5 minutes drive. One of the major reasons for moving jobs was I used to do a 50-minute and I wanted to spend more time with Milo.
Okay,
yeah.
right. And your clients come from?
All over Cambridge and out, and all my one-to-one clients I now train here.
So it seems to me that to get more space, you'd have to move further afield, which there's absolutely no point in doing because it could impact your business and it would get you back to square one in terms of the move you made to see more of Milo. Because you have an unusual number of special needs.
Do you win your needs?
So,
There is a danger you'll over-personalise it to yourselves for your
Yeah,
hobbies.
of course.
And your
Yeah.
business.
Exactly.
I just don't think that for the money we'd get for this house, there is a house which serves our needs. I feel like with the right changes, we have a huge amount of space here.
We've both got plenty to deal with here.
we have got plenty to deal with here.
I have absolute faith that Kirsty is going to look after the spiders for me. It's going to be fine. They're going to be part of our lovely family. Bringing them into the home would be even better.
Oh, yay! I reckon if she could just subtly lose the spider room, I might be more open to loving it.
It's quite a lot to
Just
train.
saying.
Well, Martin, your spiders are safe with me. The only one getting kicked out of this house is Mr. Spencer. In Waterbeach, reconfiguring Amber's gym was my top priority, but my work didn't end there. I have a budget of £75,000 to solve this house's many issues.
It's dated, it's cluttered, it's not functioning properly.
Currently, the kitchen and dining area are far too separate for family living, and Amber's clients have to access her gym via the kitchen and the cluttered garage, which is far from ideal.
Okay, so here we are.
Oh.
So under my plan, this huge room will become a massive, open-plan kitchen, diner and lounge. The kitchen will become a joint office space for Amber and Martin so they can spend more time together. Martin's spider room will be moved into part of the garage space, and Amber's gym will take over the back part of the extension. By creating a bathroom where the old gym was, clients will never need to access the main house, coming directly through the garage.
I like this. This I like.
I think there's something very nice about having this joint study.
I love that. I'd never thought really of moving the gym back.
My big worry with this house is budget, as I know Amber and Martin are anxious to make back whatever they put into the house. That said,
The future-proofing bit is really good. And the opportunity for us to work together in the same office. Won't that be lovely?
I am pleasantly surprised.
There are no lengths I will not go to prevent people having to move house. Spiders, dogs, babies, I'll fight them all. I'll wrestle people to the floor. I'll remove conservatories. And I will beat Phil.
There's stuff to talk about, but I think we're raring to go.
Yeah, definitely. Exciting.
back in Northampton, Nikki and Andy's build is underway, as they settled on a plan to create a large family kitchen and a much-needed home office. They've decided to up the stakes and go for a 6-foot wider extension, which in turn has extended the budget by £6,000 to £66,000. Their planning application is still pending, but desperate to get going, and after advice from their builder and architect, they've started work. It's a risk I would never recommend taking, but more worryingly, I don't think even this bold gamble to go bigger is going to convince Nikki.
Even though Andy paced out where the build is going to go to, I still don't think it's going to give us enough space.
How much space do you need?
A lot.
With their new maxed out extension already blowing their original £60,000 budget, I'm confident the work will create all the extra space this family need, and a great study for Nikki.
It's been 4 months since I last stood in this street. But due to various complications,
work on the extension has not progressed as far as one might have hoped. Months of toing and froing with each other and the planning authorities, and permission is still pending. But building work aside, I've got another major issue on my mind.
my fear is that you are expanding this house in order to put more stuff in it.
You're looking at me, isn't it, well?
Both of you. I'm looking at both of you.
In the bin.
Do you want me to go on a quick tour of this house and pick up whatever I think I can see that you don't actually need? Would that be a fun exercise?
I don't think you'd find it. I think
With that gauntlet thrown down, I'm off to free a room of clutter and then see if they can even tell me what I've taken away.
If they can't,
they're going to the car boot sale.
what are you missing?
Big house.
I'm not really missing anything, I don't think.
Yeah.
Would you be happy for this room to look like it does now?
Yeah.
Can you be trusted if I bring the box back into the room, not just to take stuff out for the sake of it? Because you've agreed there's nothing you're missing.
Oh, gosh.
No, there's nothing there that you're going to say, I really like that.
I love doing this. You've done me. I mean,
You've got a job.
Yeah. At last, a job, yes.
I might have been making progress with Andy and Nikki, but over in Waterbeach it was a very different story. Despite the initial excitement, over half a year on, it seems my master plan is in jeopardy.
We went to planning permission, all very smooth, all very lovely. And then just before our planning permission was granted, our builder evaporated into thin air.
Yep, after spending just under 4K on architect's plans and 27 weeks meticulously planning every detail, finding a builder for the job became an impossible task.
So we went back out to tender, and then all of those quotes were...
Insane.
Yeah.
As the months ticked by, and with 2018's political turmoil affecting house prices, Amber and Martin are nervous. So I want to help them move forward.
It's been 7 months since I first met Amber and Martin in Waterbeach, and they have been round and round and round the houses. Builders are very difficult to come by in Cambridge, and of the 8 quotes they've had, all have come in higher than anticipated. Added to which, prices in Cambridge have been dropping, which means they're nervous of over-investing in their current property. What this means for the build, we've yet to find out. Oh, that was quick. Hello.
Hello.
Thought you might be in need.
Always. Can we open it now?
Yes.
Come in.
100%. So this is a first for me. 7 months ago, we went away thinking, oh, that house can be transformed. Why would anybody move? Lovely location, great commute, lovely neighbours, everything else. And 7 months later, we're back, and the fish tank's empty. The fish tank. Progress, Amber, the fish tank is empty. So, what next?
In light of the fact that we won't be doing the build, we've come to the conclusion that we should do something to make the house more appealing.
It can't hit the real big-ticket items that the build would have done, but it might, I think, with some tarting up, the light issue could be massively addressed, and that was one of the big things.
Yeah, that's become the first phase.
It could be the first phase of smaller things, maybe, or it might just be enough to go, this isn't going to cut it, and at least it's a bit more saleable, and whoosh.
So my budget has dropped from £75,000 to £7,000. It's not big bucks, but it's still over 3 times the average that most Brits spend a year in their homes on decor and DIY.
I've always wanted someone to spend nothing. And I'd rather it wasn't you two, but it's going to be very interesting to see how much of a difference you can make.
It's definitely a challenge, but with £7,000, you can retile, spruce up a kitchen, cover up Artex. And let's not forget, decluttering costs nothing at all and can have a massive impact on usable space. Then there's the oldest trick in the book.
I mean, I think the number one thing is obviously the painting of the wall. That is going to be absolutely life-changing.
Yeah, it will.
I would really guard against any colour. I would go the brightest white that you can possibly find.
Okay.
Paint is just part of my new plan. We'll also be rejigging the furniture, maximising the space and use of the room. Removing the dated arches will increase the amount of light in this room, and the kitchen is also going to get a facelift. This is a challenge that so many people face, and I think Amber and Martin are going to be amazed by how far their £7,000 will go. Back with Nikki and Andy in Northamptonshire. Phil had a lot more money to play with in helping them decide whether renovating their home would give them the living and working space they so badly wanted, or if moving to a new home suited to their needs was their best bet. He had a listed budget of £300,000 to find a house that would offer Nikki that all-important kitchen and workspace and persuade Andy to go. And there was a fat chance of that. But you know Phil, he does try, bless his heart. First up was a 3-bed house on the market for £285,000. It had the large kitchen diner they were looking for, and although they were impressed by what upstairs had to offer, the downstairs layout did not appeal to Nikki.
In terms of what you were saying about my space, it'd be far too near for here. So if I wanted that downtime and you were in here watching telly, no, it would have to stay as it is, this living space and the dining room.
I'm not completely sold.
Next up, Phil tried to wow them with a modern 4-bed house, £30,000 under budget, with plenty of room for Nikki's office. But once again, the living space failed to impress.
Talk to me. OK, don't talk to me. Don't say a word.
With only one house left to show them, it was make or break on his third and final pick. No pressure, Phil.
Oh, wow. It's got a lot of curb appeal, hasn't it?
It has. We like Victorian terrace houses, don't we?
Yeah. I can't wait to get in.
Let's do it.
This stunning period property is on the market at a whopping 40 grand under their budget at £260,000. It's been imaginatively renovated with 3 good-sized bedrooms, one of which is en suite, and there's a storeroom for Nikki's resources. But it's the reception rooms here that should really blow them away. On the ground floor, an elegant lounge area that opens down to a huge double-height kitchen dining room.
Big kitchen down there, but this is the living space. It's 10% bigger than yours is going to be. And they are looking for 260 grand.
Really? Wow.
Wow, OK.
I'm really excited. I want to go and have a look at the rest of the house.
I'm nervous.
Yay! Come on,
nervous.
let's go and have a look.
Exactly the way we like you.
I think we should stop our work.
Oh, no, can't do that.
No, I really do. I really do.
Well, Nikki's sold, and she hasn't got to the kitchen yet, which, by the way, is easily on par with the one they're building back home.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow, this is beautiful.
It's...
Oh, come on.
He's going to try, isn't he? He's going to try and get something negative. There is nothing negative to be said about this kitchen.
It's the first one that's been a challenge.
OK. It's got such a poker face. You two have a wander around the bedroom. Andy's on the back foot, which is exactly where we want him.
I have to admit, you've outdone yourself here, Pip. Still, my plan offers more practical space for Nikki's home office and resources, if she can see past the wow factor of this house.
Still got big smiles. You're just staring at it lovingly.
It's the idea that I had for family living, for how I want to live my life. That house is actually showing that.
Andy?
I think it's going to be interesting, the contrast between this kind of living and the slightly different we're doing with the extension. In my eyes, it trumps it, potentially, but until we actually see the two together, I don't think we can actually make that, or side by side, we can't actually make that decision.
I've given you something to think about.
Absolutely.
You have, yeah.
We have.
Yeah. I always had faith in Phil. I knew that he would come through. I knew that he would find a property that I would go, yay! And he did. And I got that property here.
True. This is the challenge. There was no challenge with 1 and 2, but 3, I think, yeah, we've got competition, but I'm still very much team love it.
Well, it hasn't been the easiest of searches, so I'm really pleased to be finishing it on a high. Nikki's talking about calling off the builders, and Andy's confidence has taken an absolute hammering, which I'm delighted about. Hopefully Kirsty will be lining up my drink.
Don't be too cocky, Phil. Moving will be the last thing on their mind when they see my handiwork.
Well, at last, going back to Northampton.
I know.
It's been a wee while.
Do you know that Oscar was 8 when I first came here and he's now 10?
It's been 13 months, 14 months,
yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
People build whole houses from scratch in that period.
I know.
But I think you'll agree, it was worth the time and money spent when you see this transformation.
Yeah, I've been practicing my parking, you see.
No, it's on the pavement.
Looks pretty smart.
It does look pretty smart, doesn't it? Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
How nice to see you both. Looking very chipper.
Thank you.
See you again.
Well, they're both still talking, but I doubt this will be a patch on my last house.
We'll see. And while the proof is in the pudding, or in this case the kitchen, I'm going to start with an appetizer, the lounge. Before, this room was chaos and clutter. A stupendous effort of stuff removal by Nikki has brought out its calm and tranquil nature. as well as a tonal paint job, some fantastic parquet flooring, has really accentuated its existing period charm. And the work continues next door, where there was once an old toilet next to a utility room / dumping ground, #clutter trap. Now lies an artfully decorated workspace with ample, elegant storage. Like their new lounge, chaos has given way to calm.
This was quite a complicated space, wasn't it?
It was, but we needed to carve out the downstairs loo and the separate study. That was very important. Yeah.
Works well.
It's all about the clever storage. But it's the kitchen extension I'm desperate to see.
Jeepers.
Look at that.
It's a bit different, isn't it?
Oh, God.
Blimey.
You cooked this up enormously, haven't you?
What have you spent?
Kirsty's significantly smaller plan was in keeping with their budget, but I'm keen to know why it's taken so long.
What was painful? The planning, the building work, the choosing the builder?
Honestly, Phil, you can't even imagine. The roughest winter for many, 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 many years.
And we didn't have a back of the house.
The coldest week, the back of the house wasn't here.
Yeah.
So it's just tarpaulin.
And neither was you for half of it.
Oh, well, yeah.
And on that note, I think it's time to retire to the newly decked garden to find out their final decision.
It's been quite an interesting process, and I know you kind of struggle to agree on pretty much everything, so I think it's amazing that actually you've agreed on something that looks spectacular in your kitchen.
Yeah.
But there was a bit of an upset, wasn't there, when we were house hunting, because I think, Nikki, you would have actually bought that third house there and then.
I would. I absolutely loved it. As soon as I walked in, it had such a nice feel, the colour combinations, everything about it was just wonderful.
So is it fair to say that Kirsty and I have both done our jobs here?
Yes.
Yes, that's very true.
Yeah.
Well, on the topic of that decision, Nikki,
Andy?
are you going to love it?
Or list it?
Well, we haven't really spoken about this, so let's just say it together.
Go on then.
Well, let's see if you come up with the same thing.
If you come out with the same answer.
This is brave stuff.
Go on then.
After 3. 1, 2, 3.
Love it.
I'm actually quite relieved you both said the same thing.
Yes, same here. Yes.
I think you couldn't do anything else.
For a deeply competitive couple who aren't often on the same page in their decisions, you did that with
No, I think
great bravery.
you're both invested in the home. It's not Nikki living in Andy's house and just trying to get by.
Yeah. No,
Don't think that you've won.
Well,
You haven't won.
no.
This is about winning and losing. It's about putting you on the same page.
I think we've created a home that we love and I think we're very proud of.
Yeah, definitely.
It was a fantastic result. The house looked incredible. The kitchen was amazing.
It blew my mind. It just blew my mind.
Have they done anything else since, do you know?
Yoga shed at the end of the
Right.
garden for sort of socialising and
Okay.
making. It works very well when you take the space to the end of the garden. I hate it when you see gardens that are sort of aren't 100% used.
So Nikki's going down the end of the garden for yoga and friends and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
She uses the whole thing. Great.
A brilliant addition to a house already kitted out for work, rest and play. But over in Cambridgeshire, Amber and Martin were still working towards their big decision. As they forged ahead with their reduced build budget of £7,000, Phil was busy trying to convince them that no amount of redecoration would give them the working space and layout they needed. But first, he had to persuade Martin to look beyond his beloved water beach. As even with a generous £600,000 budget, Amber and Martin's extensive wish list and unique requirements meant Pip had to take them further afield to afford the space they needed. And boy, did he do that. The first property he took them to would have extended Martin's commute by 25 minutes, but this 4-bed detached house in Burwell didn't wow either of them, despite its practical layout.
It's got all the rooms we need, in theory.
Yes.
But, yeah, it's not quite winning us over.
OK.
House number 2 took them 26 miles north and across the county border into Norfolk. Yep, Norfolk. But by pushing them on location, he was able to find them a showstopper of a house with 6 bedrooms and 4 acres of land. A sneaky tactic to sway nature-loving Martin.
It's impressive.
Yeah.
It's very impressive.
Dream stuff, isn't it, really?
But the heart of their search was a quest to find more space for Amber's business. So Phil, quite rightly, made this front and centre with his final property, a large 4-bed house in the village of Mamie.
I've got another surprise for you here.
Yeah.
Have you indeed?
Yeah. It's quite a big old house, this one.
It
does look substantial. Yes.
In quite an interesting plot. This is actually the largest development of workplace homes in Europe. All of these houses have a business premises as well. Lots of people working from home, lots of people around during the day for clients.
Exciting.
I'm, very intrigued, yeah.
Each property has 2 numbers, a business address and a residential one. This particular one is owned by an electrician. The house itself is comprised of a great open-plan living space with a double garage for Martin and 4 good-sized bedrooms. Next door is a huge business space with workshops, studios, kitchen, everything a personal trainer and spider fanatic / musician could ever dream of.
Welcome to your headquarters, Amber.
That's an upgrade, isn't it, from the corner of the dining room?
This is corporate base. There's a lot here. I mean, it's vast.
Yeah,
but obviously, you've got the separate access. People don't need to go in the house. Yeah. There is the parking for clients. Yeah. There could very easily be a music room. There could very easily be a spider room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's all up.
Everything in here.
However you chop it,
Yeah.
And there's so much more to explore.
Oh, wow. Look, it's already got a proper office.
We've come here, and Amber's really excited because of the gym and where she can take her business. Have you found your way around everywhere?
just about.
There's more space than you could ever wish for, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Buckets of it, yeah.
Having that whole separate business area is very exciting. It's everything I've always sort of dreamed I would have.
A dream house, yes, but the location is a big compromise.
We're excited.
Yeah.
Lots to talk about.
A few more midnight discussions, I think, in our future. But yeah, lots to think about.
What a fascinating day's house hunting it's been. It really has. They're going to have some proper debates about what to do here, because I think I've proved that practical can come with wow. What they're looking for is very much achievable at the moment.
I don't know, Phil. You'd be amazed what I can manage with 7k in my pocket.
I think I've got a right to be fairly confident here. 2 of the houses that I showed them which surprised me, actually, let alone them. It surprised me in terms of value for money and how well it stacked up against what they were looking for.
Remind me where those houses were. Norfolk?
We had to do a few
I couldn't
miles.
believe it. Do a few miles? I'm amazed you didn't have to hire a helicopter.
As Martin has changed jobs in the past in order to be closer to Milo, I'm still convinced location will win the day.
Go on, give it some welly. Oh, hello.
Hello. Good to see you.
Right, okie dokie.
How are you?
Yeah, very well, thank you. How are you?
I brought Phil along for the first time.
Come on in.
And hopefully the last viewing, as they'll never want to sell after the transformation.
That was a nice dance.
It's a happy dance, for this once gloomy, cluttered lounge with Artex ceiling has now been brought alive with a lick of paint, a new sofa and some simple replastering.
I don't know what I'm most pleased about. I think probably how great the fireplace looks.
Doesn't it?
Really fantastic. But also what's really good is that a lot of furniture has gone and that which has not gone has been painted. So this space feels much larger, doesn't it?
Yes. Just more open and brighter.
Yeah, it really isn't a lot of work that's been done, but it does feel very different, doesn't it?
It feels incredibly different. We said it doesn't feel like our house.
Perhaps because it's now a more defined space. Amber has her own office area and Martin has his music corner. Even the once gloomy, cluttered kitchen with dark blue walls has had a revamp. The cabinets have been resprayed and new tiles installed. Simple work, significant difference, all for under 2.5k.
I have to admit, it's incredible what they've done with £7,000.
But will it be enough of the wow they were after to initiate phase 2 of the build?
Or have I gone the significant distance with my stunning properties?
Were any of the things you went to see with Phil more suitable?
Let's just sort of talk them through, because I think you had a lot of challenges here. The barn conversion,
Yes.
it had character,
Yes.
it had wild lands, it had acres, it had a
Such an
would-be
eye-opener.
gym.
Such an eye-opener.
Yeah.
And then the workplace home, which was £100,000 less. I mean, that was sensational value for money.
crazy
Modern
value for
house. And it had a separate commercial building in the garden, which was vast.
It was.
Where was that? Just outside Newcastle?
And they're both still available. Would you be prepared to drive and change your work? Or actually, has the change here been sufficient for you to fall in love with it again, look at it as a phase 1 and do the big job in time to come now you've got the taste of?
Martin,
Amber.
are you going to love it?
Or list it?
After the build fell through, we figured everybody would be assuming it was a foregone conclusion. It's an easy decision for them. And it really hasn't been.
Yeah, it's been absolutely
No.
It really
I don't
hasn't
think it's
been.
an easy. I don't think any of it's easy. I think it is really, really hard.
You go for it.
Me, after much thought, we are going to list it.
Really? Excellent.
What you showed me was something I'd only ever imagined would be kind of in my head, my dream workspace, which would be to have an entire studio.
Yeah.
And because I'd never thought I'd have that, it sort of made us think, well, would that be worth it? Should we go down that route? Or do we keep within our safe commuter area? We still don't know the answer to that. It's been a very educational process.
It is a very
Truly,
educational.
truly.
It is really essential.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, you've come out of this knowing that what you go and see can be very easily perked up.
That's the other thing we felt.
And they'll certainly be able to put the skills they learned in this process to good use. Now it's 2020. Amber and Martin stuck to their decision to list and sold their house last year. Thanks to the refurb, they had no problems finding a buyer. Finding their new home, however, proved a bit trickier.
Time went on, and after the 4th house that we offered on fell through, we were just like, maybe the world is telling us that this is just never meant to happen.
Yeah, we literally got to the point where we were sitting on, our nice new sofa and enjoying our living room and living space and thinking, you know what, this is actually really nice, and maybe we should just stay here.
But for once, I'm glad you didn't, as Amber had her eyes on a much bigger prize.
I get a phone call from Amber and she says, I've got it, I've got the answer. I've found a plot of land. And I immediately thought, what are you talking about?
It turns out their dream house wasn't a house after all, but a dilapidated barn just 4 miles from Waterbeach. Yes, this is one hell of a project, and with 4 months of building work under their belt, they can already see the potential.
The downstairs just flows much better. We've got individual workspaces that, on paper double up as bedrooms 4 and 5. Should we ever choose to sell it, I hope we hang on here for a really long time after everything we've been
Let's
through.
not plan that yet.
And there should be no need to sell, as this incredible project will give Amber the dream workspace she's always wanted.
This is going to be the gym. These are going to be nice big bifolds that will open up, and at some point in the future, we're going to put in like a little outdoor space. It's going to have a lovely big pitched roof, so in the middle it will go up to about 3.5 metres, which will be such a difference to what I had before.
They've got Phil to thank for aiming sky high.
Some of the stuff with Phil showed us sort of what we might be aiming at and gave us a sort of, a goal. In many ways, was the catalyst that led us to here.
Bravo, Amber and Martin. I can't wait to see the finished result.
What a fantastic project. To build out a barn, get the space exactly as they want, work from home. Brilliant. Brave, though.
They wanted something which was a bit different. They were a bit different themselves. That project was so spot on that they were prepared to take the risk and go for it. And it's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, it will, absolutely.
Absolutely fantastic.
Bespoke to them, their lifestyle, their work, everything.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
the whole thing.
And it means I was on the right lines by showing them a barn.
You're always on the right lines, Phil.
You're very kind.